Hello Scorpio, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we have a Four of Pentacles. Interesting. I was just thinking about the Four of Pentacles as being a good, solid foundation. Like we're really starting to build our life, right? Things are starting to come together. There's a sense of balance. There's a sense of stability, right? Financial and otherwise. This is a lot of stability. It's a lot of security, safety. It's health and wealth, fitness and finances. We're really doing something here. Well, let's put this into some context. All right. Oh, there's the Tower. Yeah, that's kind of very strange how the tarot can sometimes mirror what we are thinking in our minds, because I was thinking of this accumulation. I was thinking of the Four of Pentacles as being us kind of building stone by stone this tower, right? We're focused on this accumulation, focused on building and building and building. Here's the builder, right? Here is the Prince of Pentacles. That's the builder. And the more we build, we think that we are achieving greater and greater success. And yes, we might be. Indeed, we are. But it's going to be a prison if we don't invite the spirit in, right? And that's basically the message, I think, right here. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. I wish the cat was here to choose for me. I think just this one right here out of the middle. We'll put Alien, Simon, Mork Ripley right there on top. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, Scorpio, so don't even ask. But it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need, okay? If at any point during the reading you get an idea, a sense, or a feeling of what that card is, I want you to put your answers in the comments, all right? Let's do it collectively as a group exercise in intuition, okay? I'd love if you played along. You don't have to, obviously. But let's look at these cards first. We have major arcana, and we have these majors over here, right? And right away, just with the major arcana, there's a tower, there's a truth here, there's something that we really need to break through, a realization, a revelation. And it might be about balance and allowing in this spirit, allowing in this spiritual energy, God, Goddess, deity, right? Maybe we're being a little too practical here. Maybe we're a little too focused on building the success in our life, and we really need to let some of this religious feeling in, right? Some of this spiritual energy, a real soul connection with the environment, with what we're doing, with our people, right? We have some fire energy. Don't have any water except for the Knight of Cups. Otherwise, there's no minor arcana water energy. And that might be the whole point here, right? That you're doing this, business is going great. Building things up. Could be you're working on a project at work. It could be you're building your own business. Could be you're building your house, your home, your future, your physical life, right? Maybe you're at the gym every day. I don't know. Whatever you're doing in the physical realm, I think it's going really, really well. I think this tower is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's fantastic, right? That's beautiful, right? But is there something missing? With all of that success, and I think that this, maybe you're thinking, what success? I don't have any yet. You will. And this is going to be this is going to be kind of the big test for you, because I think you are going to start achieving more and more and more financial security, physical security, health and wealth. This is going to grow and grow and grow and grow. Your physical life, your abundance, your business, your bank account, all this stuff. It's going to just increase. Business is going to start booming, right? Well, what if you're retired, right? What if you're not in business? Whatever you're doing with your physical body, your time, right, in space, whatever efforts you're involved with are really going to start succeeding. But there's always a but. Are we focused too much on the letter and not the spirit behind it? Focused too much on the physical form of things, that we're missing that the sense of connection, the sense of satisfaction even. I mean, there's no water energy here either, you know. So I wonder if we're missing that real pleasure from this, the real deep spiritual pleasure from what we're doing. So, no water energy. We've got a little bit of air. We've got a lot of this earth stuff. All right. So I think, yes, I think what you are doing is going to start succeeding. If it's not already, things are going to start building up. It's going to stabilize. A good foundation is being poured, and then it's going to start getting higher and higher and higher. Okay. And I think indeed that you have started something recently. Here's the Ace of Cups in the back. I mean, pentacles, not cups. I wish this is the Ace of Cups that the Knight is holding, and this is what we want this is what we are trying to get, I think. Maybe even kind of unconsciously is what you're desiring. But the Ace of Pentacles, or discs, I think that you recently started some sort of new project, new business, new career, new study, new interest, new avocation, or vocation. Recently, like in the last year or something maybe. And I think now it's really starting to take off. It's going to start getting more and more successful. It's going to require more and more of your time, more and more of your energy, right? But it's successful. It's going to keep growing. And you are the builder. Here's the Prince of Pentacles. It's at the top. And this is your focus. This is almost like consciously, because this card's at the top of the path of the dove. It's what is external. It's what is conscious. Whereas the Six of Swords is what's kind of unconscious right now, what's internal. But externally, you're focused on that plan. You're sticking to the timetable. You're sticking to the plan. You're focused on making this the best it can be, whatever it is. It could be a home business, a cottage business, some sort of artistic work, some creative work. It could be music, could be film, could be, I don't know, anything. Could be just a business or a career. Could be something to do with your education, schooling. Very focused, fixed earth. You're fixed in the practical side of it, the business side of it, the material, behavioral kind of side, right? The earth side. But we've got this tower right here in the middle. Now, I don't think that this is any kind of a disaster that's going to happen. I think this is a revelation. And the way this comes about, I don't quite know, but I feel like this is something we have to initiate before it becomes destructive and disruptive, right? Because I think that there is, underneath the surface, there is this real desire, this real drive in you to have a more complete and holistic life. The Six of Swords is very balanced, and I think that this is something underneath the surface where you want a life that is not just all business. It's got to be business and pleasure. It's got to be earth and heaven. It's got to be the elements and spirit. right? That's why we have the heart and the mind together in this card. This card is all about the mind being devoted to the heart. Okay? And that's why I think that there's the absence of water energy here. Because now you're just kind of, you're doing this work, but where's your heart? Where's the water energy? Where's the love? Where's the satisfaction? I think you're missing that spiritual component. Or maybe not missing it. You're not focused on it. So the Tower energy is saying, hey, you better figure out how to focus on that. You better be aware of the truth, right? See the truth. See what it is that you need. Or see the reality that we've been so focused on this practical stuff that we've not been focused on our other spiritual practices, our religious activities, our sense of connection and love, the pleasure side of it, whatever, however you want to describe it. That we got to do something to bring all of this together before it's too late. Right? Before we reach a point where we just want to throw in the towel and just stop doing this. Right? Because what you're doing, look, this is really good, really successful. But there'll come a point, if we don't bring the spiritual energy in, there'll be a point where this is a burden, where this is something that you dread getting up every day and doing, because there's no heart in it. And as successful as it might be, there's a risk that we are just going to kind of destroy it. Okay? Kind of like a child that's no longer interested in the toy. You know, doesn't care how much the toy costs, doesn't want it anymore, has no pleasure in playing with it, is just going to smash it. Right? That's what kids do. And adults do that too, I think, but it's in a different way, on a different scale, and it has, I think, it has more collateral damage when we do that sort of thing. Right? And I think that's what the Tower is saying, that we better see the truth of things before it gets to that point. All right? But this is good news, you know. This success is coming. This is coming into your life where this, whatever you're doing, is going to get really, really good, really, really successful. It's going to take more and more of your time, more and more of your energy. We've got to wake up to the fact that we need spirit. The Nine of Wands, strength. This is that lunar energy down at the bottom. It's conscious and unconscious. It's saying that real strength, the real key, the real secret to this is to connect the external with the internal. Connect what's outside of us with what is inside of us, right? With what is conscious and what is unconscious. It's connecting sun and moon. It's connecting our efforts in the world with our lunar energy, right? Our sense of connection, of spirit, our sense of intuition, of the mysterious, right? Of the, this is the high priestess, which is ruled by the moon, and the moon is what we're connected to here, okay? So it's saying that we need both sides of life. It's saying for this Tower to really stand and be the most amazing thing in our lives and a complete success all around, to really fulfill this blueprint that we have down here of having this whole life of where we are following our heart and there's this pleasure and satisfaction in it. We need the connection to the moon, and that is this card. This is the High Priestess. And the lunar energy is the psychic energy. It is the more subtle feelings. This is kind of a full moon card, right? Fully illumined sacred space, the internal environment. Some people, I think, don't have a very rich internal life, you know. A lot of us are so focused, and I think it fluctuates. We've all kind of been there before, where we've been so focused on what is outside, the work that we're doing, the activities, our responsibilities, all of these things, all of this earth stuff, that we forget about the heaven within, We forget about that internal world and our own personal internal reality. It's our spiritual reality, our imagination, right? Our desires, our fantasies, our higher feelings, our deeper feelings, So we need a little bit more magic. We need a little bit more. When I say religion, I don't mean formal religion. I mean the real religion, right? That religious feeling, your own religion, the way that you worship the divine, the way that you honor the divine. Could be that we're in a period of dryness now, where we're not really feeling the passion, the love. The water's not here. Well, this is what we need, right? The next card here. Now, we're going to shift over to the path of the serpent. And as I do this, I'd like to ask that you hit the like button. Leave a comment for me. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Especially if this is resonating with you, okay? I appreciate you. Thank you. So, we've got these two major arcana cards, and they look rather similar, right? Similar colors, kind of, the similar attitude in a way. We've got the Justice or Adjustment card, and we've got the High Priestess. Now, this is kind of, it's the law and the spirit behind the law, right? The letter and the spirit. It's the form, the outer form of things, the structure of things, and the soul that indwells it, right? The animating spirit. What gives it all purpose and meaning, makes it worthwhile, and makes sure that it's directed by spirit, right? So we do need both. And even this card by itself is showing that we need to have the balance. We don't want to be so immersed in our spiritual, religious, creative, internal life that we neglect our outer environment, right? Our clothes get dirty, our house gets dirty, we lose our job, everything just kind of slowly crumbles. But we don't want to be the other way either, where our souls get dirty and our internal temple starts to crumble and everything just kind of gets ruined, right? We need to have the balance. In order for this tower to stand and reach the heavens and be as successful as you possibly can, it has to have a good foundation, yes, but it has to have good structure, internal structure. And that's the strength. This is kind of the main kind of ridgepole that's inside of the tower that's keeping it up, keeping it from being, demolished. So we need this internal support, and that comes from our connection with spirit. And it is about the balance between the two sides of life, right? Personal, professional, internal, external. And now we get to talk about the Knight of Cups, because this is the water energy. This is the Ace of Cups that we need. And I really hope that the mystery card is some water energy. I don't know that it is. I don't have much of a feeling of what this card is yet. But we need the water energy. And this card is in the difficult position. So this is kind of us understanding that we need to make time for these slower, more meaningful, heartfelt, religious, spiritual experiences. We need more time for worship. We need more time for honoring ourselves and honoring others, right? We find it hard to pull our time away from this business, this activity, whatever this is that's taking so much of our time and energy. But we need to, and so we have to find some creative ways to generate some of this water. And the Knight of Cups gives us a little bit of a clue, because it's extending. The Knight of Cups is offering something. The Knight of Cups is also receiving something, right? And I always like to say it's kind of it's a card that talks about sharing food, just giving a gift, right? Just a meal, having a meal with someone, right? Yeah, there's a practical purpose to it, sure, but the real focus there is to to perform that gesture for someone else, to share in that moment with someone else. And I think this is difficult. I think even when we are having meals, maybe I'm just very hungry right now, but when we're having meals, we tend to eat really fast because we got to get back to work. Got to get back to what we were doing, whatever it may be, whether it's productive or not. Got to get back to the TV. Got to get back to the computer. Got to get back to work, whatever. We eat so quickly. And I think there are a lot of people and families and whatever that bring a lot of devices to the table, you know. And so we're not really sharing in that moment. We're not experiencing that moment and that pleasure, which can be a very spiritual experience, you know, sharing a meal with your loved ones or with friends, or just enjoying a meal by yourself in a way that is present, conscious, you know. These are conscious acts of worship, conscious acts of kindness. This is making an offering, making a sacrifice, right? Taking yourself out of this busyness to commune, maybe with yourself, maybe with your God, goddess, deity, maybe with others, friends, family. Wherever you can find the opportunity to do this, make the time, make the opportunity. It's worth it, right? Because as things get more and more successful for you, as this business or this project or this thing grows bigger and bigger and bigger, it's going to be more and more difficult to find the time if we don't incorporate this now. Make this part of who you are. Strive for this balance and this communion and this worship now, so that it can always be a part of this tower, and it can help the tower grow. It can help you be more successful. Now, we end with this 8 of Wands. This is usually a swiftness, you know, an urgent kind of energy. But I feel like this, not so much an urgency now, I feel like this is a realization that these kinds of moments are a lot easier than we think. They're everywhere. They're all around us. They don't have to take a lot of time. They don't have to take you away from the work that you're doing. You do have to be fully present and conscious. It's fire energy. But with the 8, it shows that it's kind of ubiquitous. There's opportunities everywhere, even if it's just for a momentary pause. Right? Just a moment of stillness even. But it's a card that says get creative with it. You know, get creative. Find other ways to do this kind of communion or worship or honoring. To make these kinds of gestures or connections. You know, these acts of kindness. The opportunities are there, but I think we're so busy in our lives that we feel like there's no time, there's no opportunity. I don't have time to do that. You know, well, if we have the will, then we have the way. There are opportunities. Well, let's look at the mystery card now. Okay. I've set this up for an ace of cups, but I don't know that we're going to get that. Maybe we'll get another 6 of swords to show that our plan, the kind of life that we really want to live. Maybe we'll get another justice card. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I want to see it as a confirmation. That's all I can tell you. I want it to confirm what we're saying and show that this is coming to us. Yeah. Well, let's just see what it is. The Hermit. Well, that's a bit of a confirmation, I think, because if anything, the Hermit is a withdrawing from all of this busyness, right, to find a moment of communion, to find a minute to honor and worship the light within, yeah, or the light in others, to have this, the ability to withdraw, even if it's just mentally, spiritually, emotionally, intellectually, whatever, to take a time out from all of this busyness, to find the spiritual connection, right? For greater, and maybe this is a longer type of retreat, or taking a day, taking an hour, taking a weekend, whatever it is. to reorient yourself to that lamp. That light within, that light in others, the light in the universe, it's a spiritual light. Right in that lamp. And there are opportunities to do that. Maybe you have the opportunity, if you thought about it, that you could take a day. Or you could take a few hours. But I think this is a good confirmation that we don't need to fully just withdraw and forget all about. See, it's kind of, we have to be careful with this card too, because we think of the hermit, we think of somebody who's done with all of that business, doesn't want the busy life, right? Is retiring from all of that activity, and is just going to, be a monk somewhere in a hermitage. But we can be the hermit even in the middle of a busy, successful life, career, college or university. Even if you're retired, whatever activities you're involved with, we can still be the hermit every now and again, where we can kind of close our senses and we can not let in the impressions from all of the stuff coming in, bombarding us, with information. And we can honor and worship, we can commune. Yeah, the opportunity's there. We've just got to be open to recognizing it. Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, click on the link in the corner. That'll give you access to every extended reading, not just for Scorpio, but for all signs. Okay. You can cross-watch, check your other placements. New Scorpio readings Wednesdays and Sundays, 6 a.m. Chicago time. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.